Thank you. I did not get a door prize.
Oh, we need to get that.
I didn't want last year.
He wants to go to bed.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Get a rose. I hope we get a good night's sleep this time, okay?
Thanks.
Get a rose.
Oh, can I take a rose?
Sure. Take a couple.
I only have one wife, so.
Yeah.
You didn't go buy it.
And that does it.
Now, I wanted to have Patrick come up briefly to mention, he's gonna give us an update about the community center, and then we'll introduce Lynne Richman. Thank you, Patrick.
So for those who don't know me, I'm Patrick Workman, I'm the manager of the community center, so just real quick, before I pass off to Lynne, just kind of stuff we're going on, have going on here. First of all, thank you guys for being here. I know that NDR has been here for long, ever since I've been here 10 plus years, so I don't know how long you guys know, you know how long you've been here. So we're happy to have you guys, and if anybody else has any needs at the center, let us know. There's some of the stuff we got coming up. We have a parents' night out on the 23rd. It's $5 a kid from 6 to 9. That's when we get a gym or a bunch of activities and games for the kids. April 27th, I don't know if you guys are familiar with or have seen the new playground in Upperville, our location. We got a donation from Barbara and David Rue. It's a brand new playground. It's great. We have some new parking up there. It's really, really nice playground. So 27th, we're going to have a groundbreaking for that. The playground's open to be used. I know it's a little bit of a hike if you live up this way, but it's a nice drive up there. So, I'm also the staff liaison to the advisory committee, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with Skip Glasscock, William Stanger. We're looking for, we still have one vacancy in that committee. We meet once a month, third Monday of the month at 6:30. We just work on events like Marshall Day, which I'll talk about here in a second, and just kind of other initiatives that kind of help guide our center. If anybody's interested, let me know. They do a really good job for us. It's not huge commitment, just some time and maybe your resources. So I mentioned Marshall Day, September 7th. We are doing Marshall Day again. Mark and I have been talking about some activities. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to have a big family event out in the field, and we're going to do the 5K in the morning at the park. So if you're the only one that's a runner, it's a really nice course. We've gotten a lot of really good reviews from it. We had about 35 in the fall. So it's a new 5K for us. So we're just trying to build it up. It's about $30, get t-shirt, snacks, and then you get entered in all the door prizes over here at the Marshall Day. We usually do iPad and some stuff like that. So it's a fun day. We saw the ice skating going down at the park. That's through March 10th. If anybody's interested, we've kind of been hit with some bad weather here. It's been going really well. That was also Pat Foundation initiative. They were really great. Synthetic ice. We'll have it up next year. So it's been really successful. That's all I have. I will say before, I don't want to steal Lynn's thunder, but I know some of you, if I haven't contacted you already, I'm going to be in touch with you about maybe the boys and girls. I'll let her talk about that.
Thank you, Patrick. Patrick's done a great job for us. Thank you so much, Patrick, and setting up all the meetings and everything we need. He's done a great job. We're very happy with the community center. So now, without further ado, Lynne Richman Bell, Executive Director of the Boys and Girls Club of Fauquier. We're so happy to have you.
So, good evening, everybody. How many of you know what a Boys and Girls Club does? You got it? You got a couple? Give me an idea. What do you think?
Provide after school facilities for boys and girls.
Good answer. That's a good part of it. So, what we've got up here actually is I'm going to give you our mission, and we're just going to go quickly. So, we actually opened our pilot program at Marshall Middle School last April. It was open 3 days a week, and we opened this school year 5 days a week. And the idea is for what our mission in Boys and Girls Club, and I'll let you get here. Is there a button there? We got it. Okay, so you had it right on the ball. To help boys and girls of all backgrounds, especially those who need us most, and keep that in mind because I'm going to talk about who those kids are, need us most, build confidence, develop character, and acquire the skills needed to be caring, productive, civic-minded citizens. Caring, productive, we also say responsible adults too. Now this is actually a uniform mission for all Boys and Girls Clubs across the United States and actually globally. So Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and not many know this, we also have Boys and Girls Clubs on every site, military site that welcomes families worldwide. And the reason is they like to bring something that gives kids stability as they move around in their military lives, in the military families' lives. For us, though, as a federation of clubs, so what that means is we actually pay dues to Boys and Girls Clubs of America to make use of some of their assets, so marketing, resource development, programs, that sort of thing. And I'll talk with you about our programs in a minute. But the beauty of that federated system is that we get to identify the needs in our community and serve those needs for youth. So for every community, that's going to be different. Our community is particularly wealthy, but we have a very large percentage of commuters. Those kids are kids at risk because they have time on their hands, no supervision, and they have resources. A car, money, phones, everything that Dr. Jack just talked about, okay? So kids at risk of not becoming caring, productive, and responsible citizens, that's the definition of a child at risk when you hear that terminology. Any at-risk youth is a youth that is not, he or she is at risk of not becoming a caring, productive, responsible citizen, having a productive job, being a meaningful part of the family and community, okay? So, with that, these are some of the statistics. Dr. Jack is my brother from a different mother, because we talk statistics all the time. This is part of the Pride survey, okay? These were statistics that we pulled out of the Pride survey from 2015, when that was published. I think it was actually taken in 2014. And we, with a purpose and with a vengeance, went towards solving some of these problems as much as we could. Now, significant to this, drug and alcohol use occurs in homes, right? We have all those kids that have no supervision and have resources. What the scariest pieces were for me, 1 in 5 children experience a mental health challenge each year. 33% experience anxiety and depression. 65% of youth related to schoolwork. Patrick, would you pull up that opportunity index for me? This is something that's very interesting related to that, because those mental health issues pretty much caused everything else in that data. So all of the drug and alcohol use, all of the other behaviors, trouble with the police, that typically comes from mental health issues. So, this is Fauquier County. Now this doesn't look like a bad score, right? So, opportunity score, economy score, these are all opportunities. What opportunities do our kids have to succeed? We actually look pretty good. Let's scroll down a little bit, if you wouldn't mind, Patrick. All right, we'll hold here for a second. So look, we have all this great stuff here. Low unemployment rate, high median household income, that's actually an old number. It's actually closer to 100,000 in Fauquier County now, our median income. We complain about our broadband access, but look at what our number is compared to some other locations, okay? Let's scroll down a little bit more, Patrick. All right, and we'll stop right here. So we actually have great record of people graduating, kids graduating. Some of this is old data, but this is actually available online right now. This is a live feed right now. Let's start looking at some of this, okay? And we're gonna go into, we've got a pretty healthy community, all right? Medical doctors, we're a little low in those numbers, so it's hard to find a doctor in our county, maybe compared to other counties. And I want you to now hone in on this health section. Low birth weight, no record. Health insurance coverage. Who does not have health insurance that's under 65? We actually have kind of a high number there. It's kind of a high. Let's look at this. Deaths related to alcohol, drug abuse, or suicide. Look at this number. Now, what you don't see here, and I don't know if you can scroll over, Patrick, but we are higher than our cluster, which means other communities like ours, economically and culturally. And we are also higher than the state of Virginia, and we are also higher than the national number. Right? This is about kids not having supervision, not having good role models. Dr. Jack mentioned that what he would really like to see is to have parents teach their kids not to bully other kids, right? So when the school's mission stops, what happens for those kids that don't have good role models? All right, Patrick, if you don't mind, we'll kick back to our PowerPoint. So this is where after-school programs come in. Now, here in this county, we have a number of after-school programs. We have Fauquier Community Childcare. We have some of the private for-profit systems. We have other childcare units. We've got little places like the Den here in Marshall. We've got the Bland Graham Community Center that serves kids, right? There are still more kids here than what any of us can serve. So what sets Boys and Girls Clubs apart? Annually, we adopt our formula for impact. This is how we change kids. This is how we impact kids. We take the kids who need us most, who might be kids in poverty, kids who are referred to us by their social worker, kids that come through foster care, kids that have been taken away from their homes temporarily for whatever reason, kids whose parents have been incarcerated. We have kids that come from all walks of life. You do not have to be rich or poor or live in a certain area to come to Boys and Girls Club. But the kids who need us most, by whatever definition, we add to them the outcome-driven club experience. So that right there is what sets Boys and Girls Clubs apart. And I'll speak to that a little bit more definitively in a moment. The outcome-driven club experience means that every time a child walks in our doors, we have a purpose for them to learn something that they will carry with them when they walk back out our doors. So every time they walk in the Boys and Girls Club, we intend to have an impact on their lives. So 5 key elements. This is how we have that impact. The 5 key elements of positive youth development. The kids come in our doors. They have fun. They have caring adults who give them the opportunity to try new things and set expectations for them. Actually, I mixed 2 of them up. They are given the opportunity to try new things. They feel a sense of belonging, and they feel physically and emotionally safe. So in the club, in the house of the club, with club staff, the first and foremost is safety. And that's another thing that sets us apart. A lot of people don't realize. A person gets a job at a school system, they have a background check when they get hired. Our staff and all of our volunteers, background check annually. Every year we get a background check. Little places like the Den, which by the way, that's how Boys and Girls Club started in Greenwich, Connecticut in, I think 165 years ago. 2 sisters serving kids, helping them with homework, helping them to learn to read. But no requirement for background check. What safety structure is in place? It's still a great place. There might be great outcomes for kids there, but it's in those beginning stages. So we have very stringent safety requirements as well. High yield activities, meaning giving kids activities where they're learning and they don't realize they're learning. It's play learning, right? Targeted programs. So those are the programs that we make specific to the needs in our community. Remember, mental health issues are significant in our community. And of course, regular attendance. Just like the school system, if the kids don't come, you can't have an impact on them, right? So, another reason that makes us different, priority outcomes. Our 3 priority outcomes, the way we want to have an impact. We want to teach them to practice healthy lifestyles. We want to give them a reason and all the tools to have career and academic success. And we want to give them all the tools to exhibit good character and leadership, okay? No other after-school program in this community does that. No other after-school program in this community does that. They might have activities, but they don't have programs. So an activity keeps you busy, a program has an outcome. So Patrick, if you wouldn't mind clicking on once again. Relationships, this is how we identify kids. It's just quick summation. So Boys and Girls Club, as I mentioned earlier, kind of takes over when school closes, right? School has a mission to educate their kids to a certain level, and sometimes people, I think, feel like school systems are supposed to actually parent their kids. That's not their job. That's not the school system's job, right, Duke?
It isn't?
Schools are supposed to parent their kids. Parents are supposed to parent their kids. What if those kids don't have parents? Or what if those have parents that aren't intentional parents, don't know how to be parents? That's where we come in. So partnering with our communities in every way is the way that we can create conditions for success for our kids. So if you would mind hitting that again. So the club also it's the great equalizer. When you walk into the Boys and Girls Club, you see kids from all walks of life, and you're not gonna know the difference. Because they have no sense that they're not the same, that they're all equal. Whether it's a child that lives in the largest estate out on Springs Road that his parents own, or whether it's a child on Haytie Street, or whether it's a child that's in a temporary foster care family, they've asked to come to us, or they've been referred to us because they value our anxiety programs and anger management programs, or our meditation, our mindfulness programs, our academic supports programs, Power Hour. You can't tell one child from another there, because they're all equal when they come in. So, in the next slide, what we'll do is look a little bit at some of the programs. These are some of the detailed programs that we have in some part at our club. They don't happen anywhere else. Girls Who Code, this is part of our STEM program. Girls only, girls in the sciences, right, Miss Kate? Yeah, girls in the sciences. Power Hour, that's for all of our kids. Everybody, every child comes into the club every day except Fun Friday. Ginger, our marketing unit director, is in here today, so she's keeping tabs on me. They all come in and do Power Hour every day. They're required to do a certain amount of Power Hour. In Power Hour, they can do those high-yield activities, they can do learning games, they do their homework. Sometimes they'll go on, they'll do what we call our Moby Max. It's a K through 8 academic enrichment program. It does all the different subject matters for all of the K through 8 academic programming subject matter. A Day to Become. It's career launch. Giving these kids an idea that they don't have to live without the windows of opportunity that they have. So I'll give you a great example. One of our kids at the beginning of summer last summer, we went through and we did a survey of what they wanted to be when they grew up. I want to work at a McDonald's. Well, that's a good and honorable job, right? But why do you want to work at a McDonald's? Well, that's because my aunt worked there. Okay, well, that's great. Well, let's look at some different things. We went through the whole summer. We get to the end of the summer. If I remember right,